You are listening to Secrets of the Wandering Wolf with your host, Tom, the Wandering Wolf, and today is another episode of Wisdom Wednesdays. To be honest with you, I had no idea what I wanted to talk about today. I looked through my list of topics and ideas that I have written down. I had 20 topics that I wrote down when I initially started this as my roadmap to get to 20 episodes. However, today I just had no idea where I wanted to go. And so I had a little faith and hope that I could reach out to Odin, reach out to my guides, my spirits, my energies, whatever it is that you believe in. Imagine that you're reaching out to it for some advice. In fact, let's close our eyes and let's take a minute to breathe. And you just need a little bit of advice and you don't know where to go, and so you put that out there into the universe. And imagine where it takes you, where it would take you. See, today it took me to the Havamal again, and in particular verse 103, and I liked this one and I thought it was a good enough one to share. If you want to be very wise, be happy at home and cheerful with guests. Cultivate wisdom, a good memory, and eloquence, and speak kind words often. You'll be called a fool if you can't say much. That's the mark of the unwise. And the Havamal is all about Odin's wisdom and being a wise man and being smart and having knowledge and knowing how to do things and things to watch out for. But with the way the weather's been lately where I'm at and on the East Coast, we've had some really harsh weather, lots of snow, and we've been stuck inside. It brought me into this space of having to go inwards and reflect. And I just felt that this was such a beautiful verse that I felt called to share this. I think there's some valid points in this Havamal, this verse, and that we often forget that the people we surround ourselves with can either make us or break us. They can bring happiness or sadness. That being happy at home is one of the most important things you can do. If you're not happy at home, you're probably not happy anywhere else. And so in the process and journey of becoming very wise, learn to be happy at home first. This is a place you'll spend a lot of time at, you'll retreat to, you'll rest and recover in. You might as well be happy there. And make sure the people that you bring home, the guests that you are with, the individuals you spend most of your time with, let's say outside of work, that you enjoy them, that you don't dread having to talk to them or be with them, that you can't wait to spend that time. I think it's wonderful that in the aspect of cultivating wisdom, you want to build a good memory and eloquence. You want to be able to articulate the wisdom that you have, to break it down, to make it simple, to share it with the world so that everyone can get something out of it. But I think one of the most important things that he said in this was to speak kind words often. I find this part particularly interesting. Not something I would expect Odin to say, but it makes sense for the times that we're in now. We're living in heavy times, heavily charged times. The energy is always heavy, and as winter hopefully is coming close to an end, we're still dealing with that feeling of being in the cave. So while we're dealing with all this, it's so essential to practice speaking kindly, positively, gently, and knowing how to articulate what's going on in our head and in our hearts. So if you're struggling to find some sweetness of the tongue so that you can speak kindly, I have a trick for you. The next time you have something sweet, I want you to pray over it. Don't worry about this being spell or magic or whatever. You're setting an intention that when you eat this, let's say donut, like I did the other day, every bite brings some sweetness to your words. Every moment that you are enjoying this sweet treat, you are giving yourself the space and the chance to have kind words come out, to have good energy flow in the room that you're talking in, and to engage with those around you in a cheerful, positive, or even a neutral manner, but at least it's not in a negative space. So pray over it, ask for the sweetness, ask for the ability to speak kindly. I promise you it will work. If you enjoyed today's episode, I hope that you would like, share, and subscribe with your friends, family, and anyone you think would enjoy the content. I am also on multiple platforms where you can find what I'm up to, what I'm doing. The school platform, we have the Wandering Wolves community, where I go deeper on some of the topics we've talked about. I'm becoming more active on there. And as always, thank you for listening to Wisdom Wednesdays on Secrets of the Wandering Wolf.